Hey guys, it's a beautiful afternoon here at Savvy Organics Farm, and we have recovered pretty well from all the ice storms and all the damage in our area caused from that. And today I'm actually working on another part of that damage that we've recently discovered. So let's get started on that. We have a rain catchment system around the house here. We have 6 rain barrels around the house, and you can see these have all split open and broken. A couple of years ago, we went to the Texas A&M Water University to learn how to responsibly do rainwater catchment. So what we did is we have our rain barrels, and we have, this is a tube for like a, oh, what are they called? Those hot tubs. These is like hot tub tubing. It's the best thing we found. It's a little pricey, but it has lasted better than anything else. We also have in our rain gutters, we've installed these little catchments here that have a pass-through, so when the barrel is full, the water will continue to drain through. And then we just bolted it onto the top of the barrel. But since these are broken, I have gotten some new rain barrels. We're going to be replacing these. We paid about $50 each for these when we went to the Texas A&M Water University and learned more about how to do this. You can kind of see inside there's one of those ports where it drains out of our rain gutter there, and we just used the tubing, and it was connected to the top here. I've already disconnected this one, but if you can see it out there, let me actually walk out there and show it to you. We have a 650 gallon rain catchment tank, and the rain catchment tank, we pump the water using just a simple water pump, an electric water pump, and it moves the water out of those rain barrels and puts it into this 650 gallon storage that we've elevated a little over 3 feet on cinder blocks, all leveled up. We had another video showing how we did that. But today's video, I'm going to show you the ones I just picked up from Home Depot. We ordered several weeks ago, and they called, or actually I got an email and said that they were in. So I went and picked those up today, and I'm going to get busy putting those up and putting them together. So here I have all of the new rain barrels in the back of the truck. Got 5 of them, and these are a lot tougher, a lot thicker plastic. It's food grade plastic, but they've got a nice place for the rain to drain into the top. They've got an overflow spigot on here, a pump spigot at the bottom there, and another spigot right here. So these also came with a nice set of setup instructions about care and use. One of the things we realized too late when all that ice and snow and stuff was coming to us was we should have drained them. That would have maybe prolonged their life, but a couple of them had broken even before that. So we're going to get these guys installed today, but lesson learned in the future, we need to make sure, if at all possible, we can get these pumped out and emptied so they don't break. So I'm out on our front porch, and here's another one of those hoses, and this hose, it just slides in here. I could put a screw or something through the top of that if it had any trouble staying in, and then I simply route that, and I'm going to take the screws off the old one and route that right into the top of our barrel. As simple as that. The other thing, we have one that we had previously purchased, already had set up here on the front porch, and need to tighten up the screen, get our screen back in place. Here are the screws that I'll use with the bracket to hold it in there. This barrel is actually full, so what I need to do is also get another hose to drain from here to somewhere where it can drain. Like next to our house, we have this drain that just drains out into the front yard and comes out right there for an overflow. But they shouldn't overflow the barrel too much, considering that this has a baffle in there. Let's see if I can find one of these that's open and show you how that works. All right, so I'm going to take one of these little ports that's in our rain gutter downspouts. I'm going to take one of these off and show you what they look like. You can get these online. You can look for them in different online stores. Honestly, not sure where I remember getting these. It's been a while, but they just use these little sheet metal screws, and I used a hole saw to make the hole. But they're basically a rain diverter. Hopefully I have this camera adjusted on my head so you can see this, but so it has this little piece right here, this cup, and when the water hits it and it overflows this part and it drains out from the cup actually and comes out into the barrel. When it's full, it's supposed to continue to drain out through the rain gutter. Periodically you do have to take them out and clean them out, and they get leaves and debris. So like any rain gutter system, you're gonna have to make sure you keep it nice and clean. We're gonna put this guy back in like so. I'm gonna get my holes lined up again, and we'll put this part back, and then we're going to attach the hose to the new barrel. Be careful in sheet metal not to over tighten these. There's really no reason for them to be super tight. They just need to hold this in place. So now I've got a piece of hose here, and this piece of hose slides right into the hole for that little guy right there. I may have to redo this and get a different piece. This one is not quite where I want it. So I may have to get a different hose for this one. But basically, got these little clamps. These are the clamps off the old ones. And I want these to clamp to the side. I might be able to just put this one directly in the top. Let me move some stuff out of the way and see if that'll work. So it could. No, the hose isn't long enough to reach there. So I could just do it on the side like this. I think that'll work. So I'm going to drill some little pilot holes and put our screws in. And this is just to hold this piece of hose in place so that it doesn't pop out or, go where you don't want it to go. But it's reasonably stiff right now because of the cooler weather we've had, so these hoses are not in the sun. They're still pretty stiff, but I'm going to drill a couple of pilot holes and see if I can get those to sit right there. What could go wrong? So I know this lid unscrews, but really don't have much in the way of plans to remove it or take it off. I'm going to drill one of these out right now for a pilot and get that one started, just to see if that's going to hold it in place before I put too many holes in this. If it holds well, then we'll put the other one in. By George, I think we've got it. I think that'll work just fine. This barrel just shaped a little bit differently on the top than the old ones, but I think that will work just fine. Actually, it's windy enough today. I wish I had a little bit of water in it. So again, I'm just putting a hole in there. Change my bit. There's my screw. And there's my driver. And doesn't have to be overly tight, it just has to hold that in place. And there we have it. So the rain diverter from the rain gutter, and the water will run through there and into our rain barrel. So just need to do that with the rest of them and get them all fixed up.